And then we're on to the Twitch problem. We just had people VTuber problem, news media outlet problems. Let's see what's going on here.
Know what Twitch is. No, I'm not referring to... So we all know what Twitch is. No, I'm not referring to your body's primitive reaction.
Correct.
When you heard the rumor your parents can see your search history from the internet bill. Don't worry, I heard and believed the same lie growing up, but they never did discover that I was looking up Tomb Raider 1996 boobs. But anyway, Twitch, if you don't know, is a live streaming platform that has existed since 2007, when it was originally named Justin.tv.
Justin from Justin.tv. With Justin TV, you can watch, broadcast, and share live video, and chat with other viewers.
But then quickly turned into a place where people would stream things like anime and other shows like 2005's Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, so this was Twitch before the gaming, right? The gaming section took over.
Days. People were also a lot more openly racist on the platform back then.
Well, I mean, because there was a lot of freedom, free speech, right?
And Hell's Kitchen would make a return on Twitch in 2018 as a staple for
fucking Trainwreck, yeah.
Reaction content.
Wait, was Trainwreck the first one to start doing the Gordon Ramsay shit?
But when Justin TV was renamed to Twitch in 2014, around that time it was primarily known for streaming gaming content. I personally remember watching...
Yeah, that's... Oh yeah, oh my god. Remember Syndicate and, right, Phantom Lord and all those fucking idiots? Oh my... Fucking CSGO gambling shit.
Maya Night Live back then.
Those, man, there's so many people who got caught up in that shit because... Oh man, there was a lot of streamers that got caught, right? Some of them big too.
Time to be alive, but in the same year the platform was bought by the man with a hairline of steel, Jeff Bezos or Amazon, for $970 million. And things went from there. Twitch got a complete makeover, and it was no longer known as just a niche platform for streaming games. It gradually grew more popular.
Wait, hold on. Gross. Hey, there's S-Fan. Hey, it's XQC. That's Trainwreck. Is that Canute? Is that Dan? It's just Dan Saltman. Oh, there's fucking Ed. Oh no. Is this Trainwreck right? Oh no. Wait, was that... Oh, was this...
Platform for...
Oh, is this Greek? Oh my god, that's... what's his fate? Yeah, this is Greek or something. I forgot his handle.
Streaming games. It gradually grew more popular over the years, to the point where in current times, most people don't get the old references from Twitch, like Forsen CD, Forsen Boys.
Oh yeah, well I don't watch Forsen.
The Two of Wives, Use the Shovel Soda.
I never understood the whole Forsen meme stuff, because I mean, I'm not a Forsen watcher. I never liked Forsen. Because he doesn't even interact with you, he just sits there. Just sits there and plays video games, that's all he does.
I am. Where the Shroud has a fat cock.
Word on the street is that you got a fat cock.
Lord rest his soul, Billy Harrington, and using the actual syntax for emotes in vocal and social conversations. Remember Pepe Hands, Pepe Sad, Omega Lol, and Pog? Spelled P-O-G, not the other way. Nobody says any of that anymore. And if you remember a single one of those references, you've probably
I mean, because a lot of those references have been shit canned because of what happened likely. I guess apparently some time ago some shit was hitting the fan, like Google Docs and people were being targeted for like because they were getting caught up in like some SA allegations and shit, right?
Contributing to that 401k, buddy. You old fuck. And if you don't remember him, here's some Minecraft parkour.
There was like that big Twitch doc of just a bunch of names or of Twitch streamers who had some questionable instances with people. Right?
gameplay. I know I have to jingle the keys every now and again just to keep your attention, but more people found Twitch. It absolutely exploded in 2020 due to COVID, where people for the first time discovered the beauty of watching streams and maybe even starting their own. And in the present day, you now have a whole host of content and
the NPC
personalities
streams
on the platform. You didn't even have to stream games anymore. In fact, most streamers on Twitch don't even touch games. They just react to YouTube's slop for a few hours, like police body cam footage. But Twitch, like every platform, has its fair share of problems.
I mean, what's wrong with that?
Wishing their Amazon overlords had
real
never
life.
acquired it, and it should go
I mean,
back
you don't
want to
see real life? I mean, what you want to just hide? You just want to be a NEET and hide on the fucking computer all day? Oh man, it looks like you're not gonna get a job now, eh?
Busted by the platform due to some of the content on it, like the supposed streaming boober meta, and the fact the platform is more political than it has ever been, with many expressing Twitch has a bias when it comes to certain Twitch streamers.
Bro, we're never beating the
I mean, Hassan is to
Twitch
blame for some of the politics
This
that
is
goes
crazy.
on for Twitch.
Oh my god.
And the Twitch CEO may be a gooner himself. Which, you know, fair play, as long as the wife knows. Recently, you've got suspected viewbotting, which started a whole kerfuffle. But Twitch has a lot of problems.
Even before the big even before these guys, there was bots, right? There was botting issues even when Twitch first began. I mean, bots has been always an issue on the online space.
But what else are you going to use to watch live streams? Fucking YouTube? It's probably easier to find the Ark of the Covenant than somebody streaming on YouTube, except from the most obvious people that do stream on YouTube, or maybe Kick, that has the reputation of harboring all the controversial streamers that are banned on every other platform.
Basically houses all the
rigor mortis-ridden corpse that
law
is Mixer.
breakers.
And I'm not even going to mention LiveLeak, but I think the first live streaming platform to implement semen racing will have my undivided attention. But I've been on Twitch for a while, and today I wanted to talk about the problems and common critiques it faces, and answer the question if the platform truly deserves it.
Thank you so much for the sub. Oh my... Let me put you on the chalkboard.
So probably the most prominent problem and loudest critique you will hear about Twitch is regarding some of the content on the platform. And by that I mean the content that is mainly within the just chatting or the hot tub section of Twitch, which the latter section was created due to the fact people hated that this was being put on the platform, and people started throwing their shit at Twitch for it, because some of the streamers were taking it a bit too far. So Twitch responded.
Well, I mean, you had right. I hate to say it, but the new head of Twitch is to blame for some of that shit.
Action for it. Some of these people now aren't even streaming in a hot tub pool or anything.
Yeah.
Why is there a monkey? But the just chatting and hot tub section of Twitch.
People just use tags sometimes just to meme, right? When when you can actually use the tags for something, but yeah, usually some people just use it to meme.
Negative stigma surrounding it due to these categories being used to host suggestive, borderline NSFW content, or as some may say, softcore porn.
What the
Many of these being female streamers, and the occasional guys doing this just to make fun of the trend.
Yes. I got a mogul move for you. Ew. Ew.
You smell it?
Not yet. I'm trying to, though.
But many put these streams and people under one title, which is something you've all probably heard before, which is ethot, which is used to describe things like these female streamers, and is used for people that use their bodies as their prime.
Wasn't there something that came out recently about Amaranth and her husband or some shit? Apparently there's some shit going down again with Amaranth. Apparently Amaranth is having another mental breakdown. I don't even know what the fuck is going on with that couple.
Primary content.
I just try to stay out of the whole Amaranth situation because it just seems like some weird shit. And it's come
in many forms over the years. First, you had the chalkboard meta.
Thank you so much for the sub. Oh my god, guys. Yes. Let me put you on the chalkboard.
Let me put you on the chalkboard.
Then the 90% face cam, 10% gameplay meta, then the body painting meta, then the mirror meta, then the transparent chair meta, and the green screen meta, then just straight up being naked and only showing so much so you don't get banned, and then the hot tub meta. There has been a lot of metas over the years to capitalize on this infinite money glitch, many patched over the years due to Twitch's updates to their terms of service.
I mean,
some
look.
rules.
This is what streamers do. They're prostitutes. Content creators are prostitutes. Don't at me.
Walk back themselves due to the fact everybody hated them, especially with the artistic nudity rule. I get how body painting would be considered art, but this,
oh, look.
I don't know.
More
prostitutes.
prostitutes.
This with a Matisse painting, but yeah. But this contributed to what many refer to as the just chatting problem, or more prominently known, the ethot epidemic, where most streams in the just chatting or hot tub section are somewhat explicit, suggestive, and some of them do advertise their OnlyFans on there. Now, apart from the obvious problem of a platform that should be safe for kids 13 and up, with this type of content being shown, some without age verification, and being environments where some come to tenderize their meat instead of
I mean, the reason why they don't want to do it is
but
because
this would
they're advertising
also create
companies.
a negative
And also,
stigma for
Twitch
female
is,
streamers
they still,
in general.
Twitch
who got
still,
lumped in with these types
Twitch
of
still touts themselves as the gaming platform, right? Even though that they have all these other sections of just chatting and gambling, something, all that stuff. They still tout themselves as pro gaming.
streamers where some assume all female streamers are like this. Or heaven forbid there is a centimetre of cleavage on screen, and they obviously must be doing this intentionally. And unfortunately this has contributed to a lot of harassment some females face on the platform. Now, do I personally have a problem with these streams? Streams where they are intentionally doing this type of content, fully well knowing what they are doing, with the purpose of monetary gain.
I mean, that's
well,
the
I don't
platform's
think I've ever
problem.
had interest in watching these types of live streams, which for the most part is borderline just softcore porn for 4 hours.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, some of those people are linking people to their OnlyFans and shit, right? If you want to get better content or riskier content or looter content, right? Sub to these OnlyFans or Fansly or whatever, right?
To another website which specializes in this type of content, see the whole Dark Souls naked run and after 2 minutes wallow in self-pity. But hey, some people are there for the personality and to simulate what it's like to be a cook if they actually had a girlfriend. Or maybe it's something to do with edging, I guess, or maybe just like female attention, whatever reason, I don't relate to it. A lot of the people viewing anyway are from countries where porn is banned, like Turkey, and Twitch is the only way they can have access to it. But there's three takes people...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I'm like, why are people so depraved on the internet and looking for people to like throw money at? And maybe because they live in countries where porn is banned.
People commonly have going against this type of content. One, they blame the streamer themselves, commonly saying they shouldn't be doing this type of content on this platform, and they take advantage of people that are lonely and desperate for monetary gain.
Well, I mean, Twitch is, right, that's on Twitch, right? Because they're the ones who open themselves up to different types of content, right? So, yeah, that's kind of on Twitch. I don't blame the streamers. The streamers are just using the tools they have, right, that are given to them. That's all they're doing. They're just people who are just bending the rules in a sense.
Do they blame the people that are supporting them and actively...
Can you blame the viewers? I mean, I guess, but I mean, that people will look for shit whenever they, right? You're not gonna tell a person to stop doing what they want to do, right? If you're gonna try and force them to like not do what they want to do, well, I mean, they're gonna get mad.
gooning to their streams, which I think no pep talk in the world will persuade them not
Yeah,
to.
I mean, no, these people are looking for, right, they're looking for that interaction. They're looking for that short-term feel-good interaction, even if it means, like, losing all of their cash.
Do this, and you're probably gonna have to persuade the final boss, that is the Twitch
Yeah,
CEO
I mean, just
himself
look at,
as well.
right,
And
Dan.
3, blame the platform.
Yeah, Dan, he's bleeding Twitch. Look at Twitch, it's bleeding money. It just left Korea because they couldn't pay out the companies, right? They got basically kicked out of Korea because there was other platforms that these guys were using, right? What's it to say they're not going to get it kicked out of any of the other countries, right? Because some of these countries have their own streaming platforms.
Self as well. And 3, blame the platform for hosting this type of content and not taking action against it. I personally side with the third
everything
point, to be
is
honest.
on Twitch.
Yes, the streamers know what they are doing. Some are constantly trying to push the line till they eventually break the terms of service of Twitch.
I mean, it's their business
model.
Twitch whatever their business model is, they're going to
say, no, you cannot deploy something equivalent to a periscope just so your viewers can see your ass. And I think at most times they only get a day to a week ban. Many people do defend these types of streams, saying you must be gay if you don't like this, or you must hate women.
Fucking flawed.
No, I just don't expect this type of content on a platform that used to be just for gaming. And once again, the age rating is 13+. Like Jackmate, I would expect this, but not Twitch. But if there's nothing being done about these streams except the occasional ban for a day or two, and some people in the category are brute forcing the Twitch TOS to see what they can get away with, which then other streamers will copy, and then that'll be the meta for the next season. I'm pretty sure it's a platform problem at that point. I mean, the streamer Mogpie that has set the meta for many of these streamers got banned multiple times in the year of 2023, some of them the same week,
Amaranth,
and only got a 2-day ban at most. There did used to be a rule where if you got banned multiple times in the same year, you would just get perma-banned off the platform.
But to be
fair, that obviously doesn't exist anymore, because some of these streamers have been banned numerous times in the same year.
Asmongold,
you can blame the Gooners,
the caveman, the Mr. Legend, caveman legend, fucking goes around watching these people too sometimes.
Stop. You can blame the streamers taking advantage of a money glitch that has yet to be patched or will ever get patched, but at that point I personally think you should be hating the game, not the player. Because what are you going to do? Call them a whore? And then hope they instantly turn to Christianity?
Well, I mean, they're well, some of them have OnlyFans, so it's okay to call them a prostitute, even though it's kind of derogatory towards them. But I mean, they're selling their body. What do you want me to do? There's no other word for it.
And then become a celibate
it's
or something.
Prostitution.
But to their credit, at least some of them do age gate their streams, which is like a band-aid approach, but the platform itself is enabling this.
They're selling nudes and pictures on the fucking internet. Like, what do you want me to say?
But another thing Twitch does get a bad rep
It's basically
for
like going on the fucking side of the street or on the corner and just being like, "Hey baby, you wanna buy sugi $10?" Right? It's like
moderation itself.
Oh man. Oh bro. You know how that shit goes in the fucking in the
so
ghetto.
Another common critique of Twitch is that the moderation, or in other words, the actual staff of Twitch.
Oh no, Twitch staff are they're cucked, right? Twitch staff are a bunch of naive people that don't know shit. Right, I don't know where some of these Twitch staff got their education, but holy hell, some of these people, jeez.
That oversee the platform.
They are milquetoast.
Are usually involved in tasks like banning or removing users.
I wonder who their
cybersecurity
personnel are.
Of service
Jesus
of the platform,
Christ.
And they do this to keep the platform
probably
a
a bunch of
safe
fucking
place,
lazy fuckheads.
But they do get a lot of shit, especially recently, due to the fact
don't
that
know
many
how to fucking
claim
put
and
down
believe
people.
that Twitch staff are biased to certain streamers, and when it comes to following their own rules and being fair, they are rather inconsistent. But does Twitch deserve this criticism, or is it just completely unfounded? Well,
I mean, any company deserves
talking about it
criticism.
means there's some contention to that point, you dumbass. Whilst Twitch does not publicly talk about their banning decisions, and there has been one recorded event of a Twitch staff getting involved for their own benefit, I can see why people think there is a bias based on real...
Well, I mean, right, ever since that one incident with the Hassan person, right? And then you had multiple incidents with certain streamers who keep getting banned for like no reason, and it's like, yo, Twitch, what the fuck are you doing? And then they don't ban certain streamers because they do some shady shit, like talk about terrorist propaganda, all right, and start doing like these fucking hate raids on people. It's like, oh yeah, and Twitch is like, oh yeah, we don't allow this on our TOS, and then you literally have some of the biggest streamers doing it. It's like, jeez, you guys are so fucking cooked.
Occurring patterns, like the inconsistency with...
And you guys live in California, too. You know that there's fucking, cyber crime, right? Bullying, abuse, stuff like that. And you fuck around too much, you're gonna get fucking tagged.
Bans. Some people like to use the example recently...
You know why California is so strict? Because it's like New York and, right, some of these other... It's the most tech-advanced states, right? Silicon Valley, you're fucking with a lot of shit.
That occurred with the streamer Extra Emily, who's...
You know how Google is, you know how Microsoft is. These guys are dominant figures in the tech world. You fuck with their shit, they're gonna come after you. You fuck with the government, they're gonna come after you.
Content is similar to that of an episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Okay. Yes? Oh, I'm cooking steak!
Extra Emily got called out for cooking crack! I mean, look, when it's California and there's been crack addicts and shit cooking crack outside, I mean, yeah, it happens sometimes.
But pretty entertaining. But a lot of streamers get in trouble for streaming whilst driving, mainly due to the fact they look at their phone.
That was such a good one. That was the most realist one ever. Because dude, a lot of these Twitch people are so fucking like brain dead and like live in La La Land. Right? They live in Sunshine and Rainbow Land, and then when they hear that shit, they're just like taken aback. Oh, it's so great. Fucking dumbasses. Fucking sheltered dumbasses.
Whilst driving to look at their chat, which is
oh
obviously
man, sheltered
dangerous.
people are the best because they're the most fucking naive motherfuckers ever. They're the most right. Those people, they get manipulated so easily, right? They're so gullible. They fall into deceit all the time.
But Extra Emily didn't even do that.
Oh,
she was messing with
so,
her camera
so
whilst driving
good.
and flips the camera at the exact time
I'm
she
sorry,
runs
I
a
love
red
torturing
light
people
and
because
basically
just how
self-reports herself.
stupid some
Obviously,
people
this was dangerous and against the law. Potentially shows she was distracted whilst driving. And then after it happens, she gives the
where is
excuse
she?
that
This is what,
happens all
San
the
Francisco,
time,
New
and
York?
that these lights take a while to turn or something.
Yeah, San
All
Fran.
the time. In Austin.
Oh, it's
you
Austin.
know, like,
oh, she's in Texas.
The stoplights here are really long.
But as a result of this, she
Bruh.
only received a one-day
mean?
ban. And then to her credit, when she returned, turned her next stream into a learning experience where she completed a driving school. But she did get banned for looking at her phone in 2023 for 3 days, but for this time only a day. But after the latest ban, people were quick to point out the ban should have been much longer. Even people like Stable Ronaldo voicing their opinion. Someone who had been banned for
I mean,
reckless
this
driving.
is why you do not stream yourself doing illegal activity. There's a reason for that.
10 months prior for 3 days after going over a speed bump too fast to the point where the car lifted up in the air. And he thought she should have been banned for the same amount of time he was.
Said, I'm running this red light, but when I hit a pothole going the speed limit... I hit a pothole, by the way, chat, I hit a pothole with Adapt, going the speed limit. It wasn't even a pothole, it was a speed bump. So my car went like this. And then all of a sudden, I'm banned for a week.
This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. She deserves to get banned for over a
it's
month.
true.
This and other instances, like when Pokimane pulled up the hub by accident live on stream,
Wait, we saw this, right?
and only got a warning for it, compared to when Foursome pulled up a gif of the famous horse, also by accident but got banned for a whole month, which has led to a lot of people believing that Twitch are more lenient when it comes to female streamers more than their male counterparts.
Well, yeah.
The main
Look,
comment being
hey
Twitch
man,
staff
you
are
know why? It's because Twitch is filled with dudes. It's 80% dudes. So they're a bunch of horny dudes, right?
Which at this point, this argument has been occurring for like 5 years now, due to
Bunch of
Twitch's
horny
confusing
tech
banning
dudes.
process, where
It
ban
could be,
durations seem to
no,
differ
I'm
for
not
the
gonna say
same
that. That's
rule
kinda
being
fucked up.
broken. And they also bring up the point I discussed earlier, where some streamers in the just chatting section only get banned for a day
I'm
for
not gonna
sexually
toss that
explicit
much shade
content,
at Twitch,
and some
even
banned
though they
multiple
deserve
times
some
within
of
the
it.
same week. But once again, there is no concrete evidence Twitch has a bias towards gender, due to the fact they do not advertise information regarding bans or the banning process. But
well,
there are
the
past
reason
events
why is
that have
because
showed
they don't
Twitch
want
staff have
liability
involved
issues.
themselves personally in the streaming environment and
Right,
have
they
even
try to
offered
separate themselves
advantages
as
to
much as they
some
can,
streamers.
but even then
A
they
key
can't even do
example
that
being
because they still have their
Hassan,
political
not the
bias
Hassan
bullshit,
you're
right?
thinking
Because
of,
they live
but
in
he was a
California.
former member of the Twitch team and was the director of
Yes.
strategic partnerships.
Yeah, he I think kind of fucked shit up too, because they're right. There were certain allegations that came out about him that he was getting a little too close to certain people.
But in 2020, it came
Or
out that he had been
employees or,
accused
right,
of
Twitch
sexual
streamers or something.
misconduct and abuse of power.
Yeah.
Launched by the streamer VO, and then later other female streamers who expressed the same situation with the
Yeah.
same staff member, it was claimed that he leveraged his role at Twitch, where he would promise things like perks and promotional items in return for sexual favors. Sexual favors he would still conduct even when the other party was saying no. He also shared explicit images to other people without consent and disclosed
Oh, it sounds like
confidential
Twitch is a bunch of depraved
information,
idiots.
in which an internal investigation by Twitch was launched, and he was subsequently removed from his role.
I mean, just because there's one person who got found out doesn't mean that there's more in there.
But he faced
I
no
hate to say
legal
it, but-
repercussions. Obviously, not all Twitch staff are like this.
You should
This
you
is
should
a
take
single
everyone with a
person,
bit of
but at the time,
skepticism.
this event
You
was
have
used
no
as-
idea who's going to fucking stab you in the back. In these industries, you have no fucking clue. It's the same with the government. You see how many people are getting fucking stabbed in the back right there? You know, you see how many people are getting stabbed in the back in the VTuber community, huh? In the Twitch community? Oh, there's tons of people who get fucking stabbed in the back. It's great. You could see all of the human depravity. Right.
It's a main point
all its
that Twitch
glory
staff
in
do
these
get
fucking
personally
idiots.
involved and do have a bias when they're supposed to be the complete opposite. But another point that people use that
I mean,
Twitch
as you
staff
can
are bias is
if you
within the
haven't
political
noticed,
sphere
I'm a
of
scientist.
Twitch. Yes,
I love
over the years,
looking
politics
into
on the
human
Twitch
emotion and
platform
minds.
has grown
This is great.
significantly. It's not hard to find most streamers nowadays sticking their wrinkly, depraved toe into the political pool to give their opinion on the state of politics, in which I promptly click off the stream because it's not bedtime yet,
I'm
and
more
as
of a
I've said
computer
before, explaining politics
my
to me is
degrees
like giving
are,
me a lethal dose of NyQuil. But to some
the
people's dismay,
sciences.
politics has been thriving on the Twitch platform for a while now. You have Hassan, previously Destiny, everyone's favourite cockroach king Asmongold.
No, they did him dirty with doing the Animorph to him. I wouldn't go that far. Look, Asmongold is he's a normal guy to an extent. Except when he doesn't clean his house and neither here nor there. Look, people do some weird shit sometimes, okay?
Where some people are no
people.
longer interested in WoW gameplay and just want him to talk about politics. And you also have
I
streamers
mean,
like...
I will rag on him, though.
Yeah,
'cause
I
it's funny.
don't know that many political streamers. I'm
Like, I
only
rag
here for
on
the
everybody.
gameplay and slop reaction, but especially recently, politics
I
has
rag on
started a
XQC,
fiery
I rag
war
on
the platform.
fucking
And believe me, you
these
cannot escape it.
dumbasses.
It is everywhere, and has lasted almost
I'll rag on this pigeon guy who's talking.
a year now. It's basically
Even
a
though
blood gulch
I have
skirmish
nothing
at this
against
point.
him.
You have Hassan versus H3 versus
He sounds like he's from the UK land. He has
versus
to be careful.
Asmongold versus Hassan's friends or something versus Twitch itself. But basically, everyone is throwing their shit at everyone. And some people believe Twitch
it's
has
just
had
a
a big
shit
hand
tossing
in it, and as a
competition.
result has
Who
led
can
to their
toss
own
the better
YouTube
shit,
apocalypse
right?
of sorts. But what is this whole drama about? I don't fucking know. Wrong channel. I'm a political infant at this point. I'm probably gonna load up Rust to learn my 3x3 has been fucking raided after this. But why?
Hey, I mean, that's just Rust in general. Look, when you play Rust alone, you're gonna have a hard time.
Is Twitch being brought up in this situation? Well, once
Right,
again,
I mean, I hate to when if you play any of those Rust or any of those survival games where you build a base and shit like that, and it's like PvE, VP, and shit like that, shit can flip on a dime. Yeah, you're gonna have human raiders who are gonna want to steal your shit.
they were accused of being biased towards other streamers.
Right, you're gonna
based
want
on their
people who are gonna
political
steal your
beliefs.
shit. That's why
And
you
again, their banning
plow them
system
in the
being
face.
very inconsistent. People thought
Shoot
that the
them
Twitch
in the
staff
head.
had a bias towards streamers like Hassan, who on stream said killing one US senator would solve a problem.
Oh yeah,
Cared about
the Rick
Medicare
Scott
fraud or Medicaid fraud.
Well, I mean, I
you
got
would
you. I
kill
got
Rick
you with
Scott,
the.
Okay, you wouldn't make
We
Rick
have
Scott,
the
former
we have
governor of
the
Florida, Rick
makeshift
Scott.
gun that
And people were
got
outraged he
Shinzo
only
Abe.
received a day ban for this, and people think for what he has done he should have been banned longer, due to the fact other streamers get banned a lot longer for things others view as less significant as this. Many using VTubers getting banned for like 2 weeks as an example. And some people use the fact that the Twitch team and CEO have publicly
VTubers
wished
getting
Hassan a
banned
personal
because they
happy
showed a little hip. VTubers getting banned because they showed too much shoulder. VTubers getting banned because they showed too much cleavage. Oh man, it's so fucking stupid. Because it's like but normal people are okay, but VTubers are not. It's like, what? Yeah, and this is what Hassan did. Said this to Tom's Cotton. Like, what? Like, don't do that.
birthday. And it's uncommon for them to do this, so people use this as evidence that they must have a bias towards Hassan himself or certain political beliefs.
Birthday to you.
What the fuck?
Happy birthday to you.
The most rabid Redditors just clip this, and they're gonna use this permanently to be like, see, I told you, he's got banning powers.
Asmongold going as far to say the team is compromised after things like another.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, just look at the favoritism that's going on the platform. It's fucking insane. I don't know who the fuck is running this shit, but holy fuck, they're cooked. Man, there's so much favoritism. It's like, it's so blatant. Like, it's in your face.
The streamer, who seemingly has the same political takes Hassan does, never got banned for essentially putting a 30k bounty on Asmon's head.
I guess you could say same with like Sean Black
30k
and, like, Mike
to
from
anyone
PA or something.
who'll make this dipshit disappear and make Eve's breasts bigger. Okay, you have to do both.
Twitch's moderation and Twitch's team, I think, is compromised. I think that they're biased, and I think that they don't have any principles at all other than responding to controversies.
But Twitch moderation obviously has a problem with consistency, and I think the criticism they receive, especially regarding their banning process, is completely valid. I think
mean,
people
you can
that
be
break
like
their
this dumb
terms of
bitch.
service should be banned
This
promptly,
transgender
fairly,
person
and given a
who attacked,
duration in
who
accordance
attacked the
with the
camera
weight
person.
of what they have done. The banning process, all in all, doesn't make any sense. Some streamers get banned for longer when they did something on the same level or even less serious than the other streamer.
Or you could be this
so of
lady
course people are going to
who
think
took the
Twitch
baton and
has
was like,
a bias,
"Ba-dunk."
or just an extremely incompetent staff team. So the last problem I wanted to talk about is viewbotting. And if you don't know what that is, it is basically fake viewers, mainly used to inflate the views on a Twitch stream. Many other platforms
Using,
face the same issue.
third-party
I think even
program.
Kick had a problem with it. But all you had to do was open the stream on multiple tabs, and each tab would count as a viewer. But you can pay certain websites to increase your viewership or someone else's, so it makes it look like you have more viewers than you actually do.
Yeah.
Now, viewbotting, like many of the other topics I've talked about in this video,
I don't know what
is hard.
Yeah, I find that so weird that you have like you have like hate watchers or you have like fans who do this, and I don't understand their I guess their way of thinking to help the streamer that way, because it doesn't help the streamer at all. I don't know why some of these people do that kind of shit. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Hard to prove. Probably the only way.
I mean, if you just want a fucking right, closed off hug box room, right, with padded walls and shit, I mean, you can easily go find a straitjacket and put yourself in that room, right?
Get 100% concrete evidence somebody is viewbotting is either
oh yeah, I mean, look, some of these
it,
people do need
or the provider
straitjackets.
of the bots shows they were bought and told to target said streams. But there are other things people look at to see if people are viewbotting. Mainly they look at viewer engagement.
Yeah, viewer
Mainly
engagement,
if somebody
yeah.
has 50,000 people watching them and the chat is moving like a snail.
Slow, yeah, that's even really weird. Right, if you have right that many people, the chat should be moving pretty fast, right? There should be literally people chatting like every second, right? Especially with 57,000 people, right? And then if you see 57,000 people not being like really slow, that's a little strange.
With arthritis, either most of the viewers are like Helen Keller, or they may be under suspicion they are using bots.
I made the Helen
because
Keller
most
joke.
bots do not interact with the stream like a normal chatter would. Now, why is
Yeah,
viewbotting
some people
bad
do
on
that
the
too.
Twitch
And
platform?
it makes them sound retarded.
Well, it can be used against streamers. For example, if you apply to be a partner on Twitch and you finally hit the required viewers, if Twitch thinks some of those are bots, they will deny your partner application. And in some cases,
so that's
even
probably
ban
what's
you.
gonna
So it can be potentially used to remove somebody off the platform. Bots can also be used for things like hate raids, going into someone's Twitch
raids,
chat
yeah.
and spamming messages or racial slurs. I think even recently a Twitch game show had to switch Twitch channels due to the fact their stream was being inflated with view bots, which you would think is a good thing. I personally would spam the ad button and hope the view bots don't have ad block, but they basically had around 100,000 viewers and the chat was basically comatose. So to prevent allegations of view botting themselves and potentially getting banned, they switched the channel. And you've also had streamers accusing other streamers of view botting, specifically the top echelons of Twitch, where XQC was accusing Kai Sennett's associates of viewbotting due to the fact they had a high viewer count but low subscribers and low viewer engagement, and most of the people watching were not logged in, and this caused a bunch of drama and commotion. Because
honestly, I think it's because of the it's the drama and commotion that these guys are like throwing shit at each other almost. Right, it was the same with the AMP people too, right? I think they recently just kicked out one of their members because he was doing something weird. So I was like, look, a lot of these streamer company groups, they're weird. They do a lot of weird shit.
It is a serious accusation, and if in some way it is proven to be true, your streaming career might be over. Nobody is gonna let you live that down. But obviously, once again, it's very hard to prove, and some of the viewers may have not just been logged in, or sourced from external websites,
or
through things like embedded streams, which are very annoying back in the day, especially when I was trying to find a Warwick jungle build and somebody's stream just pops up in the bottom left, which just because you're on that website does count to them as a viewer, and was previously used to inflate people's viewership. But what can Twitch do about this as a platform?
Twitch cannot do anything.
Well, they have been legally taking down bot provider websites, which are very easy to find,
they can,
apparently.
They can
not
obviously
cheap, but they also purge accounts.
The bots are obviously ruining the advertisement that's going on the platform, right? Because Twitch is not gaining money from these advertisements from these bots. Right, so now they're losing money. So yeah, it does fuck with Twitch's bottom line.
Which are suspected to be bots, but it is a problem that is very hard to counter, and it can seriously affect streamers on the platform.
Yeah, it's very hard to get rid of all bots on the platforms. It's just because it's multiplicative at how many of these people fucking start making them.
Awful.
So in conclusion, Twitch does have a lot of problems. Some of its content doesn't match the environment Twitch is said to have, and its banning system leaves a lot to be desired. I do think they need to start explaining in detail why they have banned someone, and more detail around the process, especially determining the length of the ban. But at the current time, with somewhat of an arbitrary banning
honestly,
system,
I think the
it has
I think
rightfully led
the
to a lot of
right
criticism.
the
And
people
Twitch
who
does have
are
a viewbotting problem
like doing
that can be used to target
trust and
streamers
safety
inflate
team, the
numbers for
moderation
others,
team,
but I think
right,
Twitch
they,
is doing the
all,
best
all
they
of
can
these
to
people need
counter
a
that
fucking
problem.
stern
I think
talking
Twitch
to.
is still a good platform.
like,
It has changed from its original
I don't
design,
know what these
but it
guys
still hosts a lot
are
of
doing
entertaining
in the
people
like. What
and
is their end
innovative
goal
content.
for this?
I'm
Because
probably
literally some of their streamers, right, big streamers are getting tagged for like no reason. Right, and then you have other streamers who are doing a lot of shit, but they're not getting tagged, and it's like, what the fuck? What's going on? So is it really just the money, or is Twitch just cooked? Right.
I'm gonna go learn my base has been code locked now, but yeah, that's all I wanted to say, and bye-bye.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man.
So we all know.
It's interesting to say the least. Right, I just feel like Twitch just needs a... Right, they need a stern talking to. Because none of the ambassadors know what the fuck to do, I don't think. Like, apparently, like, the Twitch staff asked for... the whole Twitch... Whatever they're doing in Twitch is fucking weird, because it's like they're making, like, these weird clicks, or, right, echo chamber room. I don't know. It feels weird. It doesn't feel the same.